over the 2 years. I was kind of shocked. Now I'm not shocked because I didn't think that was a possibility. Listen, of course, if they want to move on, that's totally fine. But shocked because I just flew across the country. You could have told me on the phone if we weren't even going to have a conversation. That was Aaron Rodgers in regards to moving on. Moving on. I can't say moving on up, but moving on nonetheless.
Hey, I have a serious question, though. Does it bother you when you're reading the teleprompter and we're throwing the ball around?
Oh, shit.
Okay. I just want to know.
Not as much as Aaron Rodgers was bothered that he was thrown all the way back to New York and they said, hey, we're good on your services.
Yeah, that was...
Many people want to suggest, and you know what, Shady? James, I'll let y'all make said suggestion. Do you feel like, James, that Aaron Rodgers got disrespected by the Jets? Did the Jets disrespect him?
Oh, man. Yes, he got disrespected. You know, my man got a phone over there, and this dude right here can call it.
Who your man? Who your man? Who your boy?
My dog Shady got,
what's the phone?
A superstar phone over there.
Oh, this little thing right here? Watch out, Acho. You can't touch this, dog. Watch out.
He got a superstar phone over there. And one of the dudes that can call that phone is AR.
Yeah. He can call it. He can call it.
This is a Hall of Fame player, right? This is disrespect at its finest, right? So Aaron Rodgers, I don't care about him spending his money. My dog got a lot of money. He could buy a Southwest ticket, Marriott, whatever, private jet, whatever, get there for the meeting. But to get there for the meeting and for you to disrespect this man like that is crazy to me. You know, I learned a lot from y'all up here because I listened a lot. And one thing my dog Shady says is he don't judge people, right? Neither do I.
Okay.
When I went to Green Bay, I met with the GM, and I was told to stay away from certain people in the locker room. And I said, you know what, Ted Thompson, rest in peace, that's not how I'm built, dog. My mama ain't raised me like that. That's your relationship with him. I ain't even met the dude yet. I don't even know the dude. They ain't even been around the dude. So I'm not walking into the relationship or whatever when I walk in this locker room, viewing the dude that way. To say to Aaron Rodgers, hey, man, we moving in another direction because I can't be up in a team meeting talking and thinking you're in the back and everybody turning to look at you like you saying a different message. You don't even know Aaron. You ain't even met me, dog. That's why I flew out here to meet you. You have not even met me, and you think I'm going to be in the back saying, yeah, this boy don't know what he's talking about. We ain't even met. I flew across the country to meet with you and have a professional meeting about this. This is disrespectful. I agree with Aaron Rodgers. If this is how you felt, you should have just told me that on the phone, big dog. But this is disrespectful. This is a Hall of Fame player. And I don't know Aaron Glenn personally, so I'm not going to judge Aaron Glenn. But what I will say is, if you have this mindset going in to be a head coach and it's your way or the highway or it's my team, don't say nothing, this and that, you're not going to last long with them boys in that locker room, man. This is not going to last long. This is the NFL. I have seen this. A coach will lose a locker room quick treating his superstar players like this, not listening to his players. Because right now, all we see or hear out of there is this my team, my way. And that ain't necessarily going to work in the National Football League like that with these players, especially if you're not winning at a high clip. But to Aaron Rodgers, a Hall of Fame player that's done a lot for this game, this is disrespectful by the Jets, man.
Oh, absolutely disrespectful. Oh, man, you know, when I heard about it, I couldn't believe it. When Aaron Glenn got hired, a good brother that played in this game, that's a brotherhood for us, right? I'm like, oh, I'm happy, I'm excited.
No doubt.
And I seen the energy he came with. Like, he comes with no bull crap, right? I'm not tolerating no bull crap. This is who I am. I'm gonna be a good coach. I'm gonna have to stand it what it is, and that's it. But when you make moves like this, I don't know, dog. I see a lot of players, and I'm sorry, I see a lot of coaches that come in this league that try to put down an authority, right? And that don't win players over.
No, it don't.
Right? So you telling me, Aaron Rodgers, you had a conversation with him, like, okay, let's talk about the future for the Jets. So I fly all the way over to New York on my own dollar. I'm not used to that either, though. Like, I ain't the fourth-round draft pick over here, right? You fly me out. What are we talking about? But okay, cool. You fly me, I fly myself over here. Within 20 minutes of the conversation, we just talking about whatever it is.
Second.
Okay. Then you go get the GM.
Yeah.
You come here, you say, hey, do you still want to play football, Aaron? I say yes.
Yeah.
I want to play coach. I'm dialed in. I love that you're here. I can see how serious you are. I see how important it is to you, et cetera, et cetera. The next thing you say is we're going a different direction?
Yeah.
The point I got was that I want to show you how I'm the big dog. And his approach is going to be, hey, this is my team. Why you ain't call me and tell me that?
That's it.
Nowadays, with all the social distance stuff they got going on what is it, 2020? We had the little COVID. Yeah. You got Zooms now and all that. What we talking about? Yeah. You could have Zoomed me and said, look, bro, we're going a different direction. Yeah. People working from home nowadays. My mom used to go to work all the time. Now she at home with her flip-flops on, with the robe, right? Why you couldn't tell me this at home? Yeah. So when you talk about disrespect, this is you violating this stuff. And you are a player's coach. Yeah. You've been in my pads. Now take yourself back when you was a player and they did that to you. On, listen, I'm gonna say this and I'm done with it. I played with the best coach in football of all time, Andy Reid, okay? And I also played with a guy named Chip Kelly. I'm not gonna make it a Chip Kelly conversation, but I seen the difference. I seen a coach come in there, I'm putting my authority there. This is my team. I don't care who's in the locker room. That's Chip. I don't care who in the locker room. I'm gonna do what I want. This is my way. Hey, I'm supposed to talk to you about the future. Yeah, look, we're going a different direction. I don't care if you travel for 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours to come talk to me. What? It's about respect. Yep. Aaron Glenn ain't showed this dude no respect. Yep. And if you're going to go in a different direction, it's the way you do things. 100%. I didn't like that. When I heard it, I was disappointed because I had a lot of hopes for Aaron Glenn to be a really, really good coach. And you think this is going to work with other players? No. What about when it comes to contract negotiations? All right? And now you're a star player and you have this approach. Yeah. I'm out, dog. Yeah. Good luck with that.
I want to hear what Acho got to say, because I did have some stuff, but I just hope you ain't finna be up here tripping.
Nah, that was crazy, though. Like, you can't even... Yeah. And last thing, Aaron, no, because I know he about to do that real quick. Aaron not used to it. He's not used to this, though, either, though.
Oh, he ain't been in this situation.
But even the dude that got cut 18 times, man,
it's disrespectful.
You still don't do him like that.
Disrespectful, dog. Go ahead, because I know some funny business about to come over there.
I hope it ain't funny.
It wasn't disrespectful at all. It wasn't disrespectful at all. Let's lock in for a moment. Let me establish something with this whole Aaron Rodgers situation. Viewers at home, let's establish something. There is no good time to give bad news, and there is no right time to give the wrong news. Ever in this life. There is no good time to give bad news. There is no right time to give the wrong news. There's a better way maybe to give bad news. Here's what would have happened. If the Jets would have ended their relationship with Aaron Rodgers via the phone, Aaron Rodgers would have said, y'all didn't even respect me enough, have the dignity enough to meet with me in person. Shame on y'all, everything I've done for this league. The Jets decide to break up with Aaron Rodgers in person. Y'all could have done it over the phone. We've all been there in romantic relationships. You end things via text. Girl, can you believe he didn't even call me? You end things via phone. You could have just texted me. You end things in person. So you're telling me we came all the way out here, had dinner together, just for you to break the relationship off? There is no good way to give bad news. There's no right time to give the wrong news. Aaron Rodgers was given bad news and he was given the wrong news. Regardless of how he was given it, he would not have liked the news he was given. Furthermore, I think Aaron Rodgers and James Jones, thus I think you a little bit misunderstood what Aaron Glenn was saying or misinterpreted it. Aaron Glenn wasn't literally saying when I'm up in the front of the meeting room that Aaron Rodgers is going to have people turning around looking at him. I think it was proverbial. I think it was a figure of speech that Aaron Rodgers is going to have people undermining the words that Aaron Glenn was saying. I can relate to this. When Chip Kelly first got to Philly, Chip said some stuff that I didn't care about. I'm a rook. I'm a young bull. I'm 22. I ain't got no mouth in this league. I'm just here. But I knew Chip was saying stuff that Shady was going to disagree with, that Jason Peters was going to disagree with, that D-Jack was going to disagree with, that Mike Vick was going to disagree with. So whenever Chip would say those things, I wouldn't literally turn around and look at Shady, but figuratively I'd be like, I wonder how Shady responding. Prime example, Chip Kelly shows up in Philadelphia and he did something that was wild. Yeah. Players, the night before the game, we meet at the hotel, or we meet at the stadium or whatever, practice facility. Then we drive home, whatever. Then we drive to the game. But Chip Kelly, the first year, we all took a bus to the game, like it was college. Never heard that before in my life. Chip was like, yo, we're all gonna drive our cars to the practice facility, then we're gonna load the buses, take the buses to the team hotel, take the bus to the game, and if your significant other wants to pick you up after the game, they can do that. Like it was college. Again, I don't care that much. I'm 22, I'm on a rookie deal, my second year in the league, it's whatever. But I know who does care, Shady McCoy. I know who does care, D-Jack. I know who does care, Mike Vick. I know who does care, Jason Peters. So when Chip said that, I'm sitting here looking, figuratively speaking, like, ooh, I wonder what JP finna say. I wonder what Shady gonna say. That is the message I believe Aaron Glenn was suggesting. Not that athletes would literally look around at Aaron Rodgers. That when Aaron Glenn says, hey, we ain't doing no podcast during the season. We ain't doing no social media during the season. We ain't doing no shows during the season. I know that Braylon Allen, rookie running back, second year, is going to be like, I wonder what Rodgers going to say about that. That, I believe, is what Aaron Glenn was getting at, which is a very, 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 very real thing coming from a non-superstar.
Yeah. But number one, though, without Aaron Rodgers, Aaron Glenn going to have to deal with that, if that's his approach.
From who?
From everybody on the team.
But not the big dogs, though. Who's the other big dogs? C.J. Mosley?
You're going to have to deal with that from Sauce Gardner. You're going to have to deal with that from some of them dudes.
C.J. gone even.
The dudes in the locker room are going to talk, period. Whether about practice schedule they don't like, whether about long meetings they don't like, you're going to talk.
It's not the talking. It is there are certain superstars of which that phone rings for that you have to deal with that. I do not personally believe that Garrett Wilson has ascended into that level. I do not think that Sauce Gardner has ascended into that level. Third, fourth year Sauce or Garrett. I wasn't looking at Jeremy Maclin, first round pick, dog. It was Shady, it was Jack, it was JP, and it was Vic. Those are the ones who I was like.
Why were you looking at them dudes? Because you probably knew them dudes and their personality, right?
Because they were elder statesmen, and because exactly right, because they personality.
He ain't met Aaron. You met me for 20 seconds. How you just walking in here and saying that's me? You met Shady. You know Shady. You know D-Jack. So you know their personalities. You probably know, man, Shady and D-Jack ain't gonna be cool with it. You know them. I flew out here to get to know you.
But that your reputation, in my mind, oftentimes it can precede you.
Oh, man.
Like, I don't necessarily need to. Aaron Rodgers has been known by the media and by people for 15, 16, 17, 20 years in the league. So what is this one conversation in 15 minutes going to do?
I played with Aaron Rodgers for 8 years. He's never been like that in no meeting rooms.
Of course, but like what, James? I'm not saying, like, Aaron Rodgers, by the nature of his personality, is like that.
What I'm saying is if Mike McCarthy stood up there and said, man, hey, blah, 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 this is how the practice schedule going, and we ain't like it. Aaron is not in the locker room like, yeah, I don't like. He's just not that dude.
But he doesn't have to be verbally. What I'm saying is proverbially, meaning if Aaron Glenn were to go up to the podium and say, hey, we ain't doing no podcast during the season, I can only speak from my experience. I, as a backup linebacker, would be like, I wonder what Rodgers going to say about that, because I know he do a weekly show. That's the point I'm getting at.
What does that have to do with the team, though?
I just think that, like, his approach, I've seen his approach happen before and again and again and again and over and over again. And his approach is, like, you're trying to have these things where I'm the big dog, this is my team. I'll give you a quick story, though, with Chip Kelly, right? Because it's similar.
It is.
His first meeting, right? So he was the head coach. So he called all the top players. He called Mike Vick, he called Deshaun. He called me. He said, hey, Shady, I'm the new head coach, Chip Kelly, I'd like to meet you, et cetera. We're on the phone, we're talking. I'm head coach, happy to be there for you if you need me, right? I'm a leader in the team, whatever you need, I got you. Boom, we hang up. So, he had everybody back, said it's my first meeting for the whole entire team, right? Now, my best friend's father died, okay? So I say, hey, coach, I'm not gonna make that meeting. My best friend's, father passed away. The day you're meeting with the whole team is the funeral. I'm gonna be there for my best friend. And he had a problem with that. And we were going back and forth. It started out like easy, like, oh, well, shit, it's my first meeting with the team. If one of our best players not there, what does that look like for me? I'm letting everybody know that basically, he was basically telling me, like, look, this is my team. It's a new sheriff in town. Andy Reid's left, and I want to run things my way. And I said, Coach, the respect for your players is bigger than you being the guy, right? When we talk about the brotherhood in the NFL, it's a bond. I need to be able to trust you. So when you telling me that my best friend's dad died and that's the funeral, you tell me you only care about that. Only thing you care about is how you look to your team. Now, how am I supposed to follow you acting like that? Aaron Rodgers or Aaron Glenn, listen, I come to talk to you about the future of us working together, and instead of you just telling me on the phone, I'm miles and miles away, hey, we're going a different direction, thanks for everything you did for us, sorry it didn't work out, good luck in the future. No, you bring me here, and then for 20 minutes, you tell me, yo, I'm lying, because they didn't even have a 20-minute conversation about his kids. 20-second conversation?
But
where's the respect at, though?
Shady, I believe that it's more disrespectful to have done it over the phone. Because everything y'all are saying still applied, though. If Aaron Rodgers gets broken up with, proverbially speaking, by the Jets via the phone, Aaron Rodgers like, you didn't even want to meet me. You couldn't even see me in person. We couldn't even talk face to face. Y'all, we've all been in this situation before. It could be with your parents in an argument. It could be with your kids with a punishment. It could be with a significant other. We've all been in a situation where it's like, you don't respect me enough to talk to me in person.
Real quick, though, bro. We talking about, and I know, some people don't care about the player. The player matters. It's a players' league. We talking about Aaron Rodgers here, okay? We talking about Aaron Rodgers. You telling me I don't even get 20 seconds in person with you?
So your dilemma is the length of time.
Think about this though, okay? Because you on this football way. Let's go to Fox. You like Fox?
Love Fox.
Let's go to Fox. And you know, it's a job opportunity. You might get it or you might not get it, right? New management comes along and they hit you up. Hey, Acho, you know, I think we should talk about, hey, you know, we love the things, who you are. You've done great for your career. Let's see if it works out for the future. All right, bet. I'll be out there Monday at 2 o'clock. You get there thinking we about to talk about the future, and 20 seconds he say, yeah, man, we're going in a different direction. Oh, no. Do you love doing TV? You say, yes, I love it. You know, you probably give a whole speech. You know, you do speeches. And the next he says, you're going in a different direction. You like, yo, you want to put disrespect in the violator?
But what's the alternative? That's what I'm suggesting. Like, if Aaron Glenn already...
Send me an email if you don't do me like that, bro.
But that's real disrespect.
You gave me 20 seconds and you made me come across the country.
But just breaking up via phone? What's the alternative?
The alternative is just showing some respect, being respectful.
What's it look like? What's that look like?
I'm about to tell you. It's easy to say, because they had the meeting. It's not like Aaron just popped up. So they had to have some conversations before that. Hey, man, hey, blah, 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 date works for me. You know what I'm saying? Come out here. Because it ain't like Aaron just flew a ticket. Hey, you in your office? I'm here. That ain't happening. So they had some conversations before. The conversation was easy. Hey, man, I'm going to go grab the GM. Hey, Aaron Rodgers, we appreciate everything you did for the Jets. We wanted to bring you down here in person to let you know that we're going to go a different direction.
That's essentially what happened.
Don't ask. No, it's not.
That's essentially what happened.
Acho, you still want to do TV? Yeah. We go on a different...
But here's the thing. Because here's my thing. Hey, let's go romantically. Hey, you want to be in this relationship? If she says no, I don't have to end it. Because she said no. If you say, hey, Aaron Rodgers, you still want to play football. If he says no, then you don't even got to break up with him.
What I'm saying is if you don't want me, why ask me?
Because if you don't want to play, then I don't even have to end it. The most important question is, do you still want... The most important question is, Rodgers, do you still want to play ball? Because if Rodgers says, no, I don't really want to play ball anymore, oh, great. Because we're going a different direction anyway. You got to ask that question. That's the most important question.
That makes sense, Acho.
James, if Aaron Rodgers doesn't want to play football, then you don't have to continue the conversation.
If Aaron Rodgers didn't want to play football, he would have told him on the phone.
You got cut before, right?
Yes.
You got cut a couple times.
Several times.
How'd them conversations go?
Well, I got cut in Taco Bell. I was at the drive-through, Nacho Belgrande, Reggie McKenzie, what up, man? You know what I'm saying? Who we bringing in? Free agency? Hey, man, we gonna move this direction. But I'm glad you brought that up, though, because they released me and they cut me, right? Because they didn't think that I would want to switch roles and be a number 2, number 3 receiver because they was going to draft Amari Cooper. They didn't even have a conversation with me. They just, JJ don't want to do that.
When you got cut, how'd that thing go for you, dog?
I got cut 5 times. I got cut 5 times, and they were all different, and I didn't like any of them because there's no good way to get that news.
But I'm saying, was it 2 minutes, 3 minutes? Was it 30?
The first time I'm in a barber chair on Monday because we got Sunday night, because we got a Monday morning game, or a Monday night game. Howie called me. Acho, hey, man, found a guy a little bit faster. Not that you're not fast. We found a guy a little bit quicker. Not that you're not quick, but can you...
Yeah, and then we talking about Aaron Rodgers, so it's a little different.
Of course, way different.
So now I never got cut, right?
No, I didn't.
But I remember the last cut in I think it was the fourth preseason game. All right. So Sean McDermott brings me in the office with Brandon Beane. We talking. He say, hey man, we got to talk. Yeah. He says, yo, as we look at the team we're trying to build it, your numbers is pretty high. I say, my number high? I say, yo, all these other bum dudes that are on the team, they're going to take my money? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We having a whole conversation. The joint went for an hour conversation, right? I said, you know what? If you feel like that, look, let me go, because I'm not taking no pay cut. Yeah. But what I'm saying is, like, it was a conversation. This ain't no regular player. Yeah. This is a real player.
Acho, really quick, though, because the blessing about this show is we all been in them locker rooms. When you hear a story like this with a Hall of Fame player, an all-pro player, and you hear how the coach handled this situation, in the locker room, what do you think the conversations is happening in the locker room? Because if it can happen to Aaron Rodgers like this...
For sure happen to you.
For sure happen to you. But you're going to be looking at the coach like, dang, like...
I am. You're exactly right. I can't even disagree with that. I think, though, Aaron Glenn's intention is I need to make sure I can get the players to follow me before Aaron Rodgers can get them to betray me. What up, YouTube family? Welcome to the facility. Thanks for watching, and you better be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to get more highlights from the show and all of our exclusive content.